Tami from Neat. Good morning, Tami.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining me today. You're here to tell us a bit about some workshops that are coming up and events coming up at Neat that you're hosting, featuring Zach, who's also joining you on the line there. Hello, Zach.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Tami, if you could tell us a bit about what these workshops are and kind of when they're happening.
Sure. So I'm with the Northern Cohort, which is arm of NEAT, the Northern Environmental Action Team, and we are hosting a series of workshops with Zach, talking everything food security, eco education to market gardening. The reason we're doing that is because we are representative of the family farmer and help to support folks working in and on food security, market gardening,
Mm-hmm.
growing small meat producers, and a big part of our work is education and training. And Zach is I worked with Zach before, and he is a wonderful resource for people wanting to expand, get into, or learn more about all of those topics.
Excellent. Well, as you said, it's kind of a series. So, Zach, can you tell us a bit about some of the topics you'll be covering and kind of what the talks and workshops you'll be giving?
Yeah, for sure. It'll be a great series of workshops because it's really covering the full spectrum of information that might be needed for homeowners, homesteaders, community groups, farmers. The eco education workshop is going to look at how we can leverage underutilized landscapes in our communities in order to create spaces that have wellness and food production, but also can teach how to grow, but also can be part of curriculum for local schools as well. You know, using interpretive panels
Mm-hmm.
and plant signage and a really good assembly of different companion plants. The next workshop is going to be about northern food security. So it's really going to look at, opportunities to create more food diversity in and around this community and in northern communities in general. Again, looking at the different types of scenarios where we can have more food security in some of the systems that we've developed at the Ecosystem Solution Institute that really are simple and efficient and effective ways of having more food diversity in our communities. So part of that is also understanding how farmers can have more variety in and around in this area. So the Market Garden Workshop is going to be a two-part workshop, and it's really going to go in depth into how to market garden, really looking at the designs and principles of market gardening, and then also going into the tools and techniques and the supplies, really getting into the nitty-gritty of how to start up a market garden successfully, and being able to kind of think ahead so that it can be something that is more approachable for people who are looking to become small farmers and folks that are already doing small-scale farming in this community.
Mm-hmm. Would you say, Zach, it's kind of aimed, and again, you're from Tami, you're talking from the Northern Cohort, but if there's people who just have large gardens even maybe in their homes, is there anything they can kind of apply to this and kind of a smaller scale, or is it for really designed for farmers to kind of come to these workshops?
Yeah, it definitely works for gardeners as well.
Mm-hmm.
The education workshop and the Northern Food Security workshop would be great for gardeners. Even the market gardening workshop would be fabulous for gardeners
Yeah.
because the fact is that I like to teach from principles, and principles are scalable when we look at how we can apply them. So to give an example, I use a technique where I do something called alternate maturity patterning in my systems of gardening, where crops or vegetables that are adjacent to each other in a garden have a different maturity, a DTM or days to maturity. So I would always have, say, squash planted adjacent to spinach and lettuce. And what this does is allows the spinach and lettuce that matures in about 30, 35 days to be harvested and removed from the garden. And the squash, which takes longer, 90, 100 days, will mature and spread over top of that same area. So you actually get better space energy partitioning in your garden. And I apply this on 300-foot long beds on commercial market gardens that I help design and set up. And I apply it in home gardens because it's equally valuable if you plant 3 squash plants, 10 squash plants, 300 squash plants.
And it would be especially valuable even if you don't have a lot of space, to know that you can make the best and most efficient use of that space that you do have, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's key. We need to get more production out of the land that we have, no matter the scale we're growing on.
Very cool. All right. Well, Tami, when are these workshops happening? How do you register? What's the cost? All that good stuff.
So the workshops, there is an evening session tonight at the, it's called the Phlox Room on 100th, in the, right beside the Fireweed Market. So in the block right next to Save on Foods. You can come and register at the door. You can register online. The cost for members is $60. The cost for non-members is $100. The next workshop is tomorrow evening. Each of the workshops start at 5:30 and they'll go to about 9:30. There'll be time for question and answer and interaction with Zach, and just some back and forth. Same location is the Phlox Room right beside the Fireweed Market in the block right next to Save on Foods on 100th. Same deal. You can come to the door and register at the door. $60 for members, $100 for non-members. You can register online. You can register on Facebook. If you find us on Facebook, the Northern Co-Hort or NEAT. And then the weekend intensives are running from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. And the cost for members is $120, and the cost for non-members is $240. And I also might add is a membership is only $45. So you get a pretty nice savings if you register as a member. And same location for the weekend intensives is the Phlox Room right beside the Fireweed Market on 100th. And you can register online or on Facebook.
Perfect. All right. Well, I'll make sure that if you happen to be watching the video or you want to look after the Northern Co-Hort and NEAT are tagged on the Facebook page. And again, you can go to www.neat.ca for more information on registering and all that good stuff there. That's pretty much it, I think. Tami or Zach, do you want to say anything else to wrap us up here?
I just want to say that Zach is an award-winning educator and author, and he will be signing books for us on Friday night. So there'll be a book signing and you can talk right with Zach.
Awesome. All right. Lots of reasons to sign up for these workshops then. Okay. Again, neat.ca for more information. Tami and Zach, nice to meet you, and thanks for joining me today. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
This community interview is supported by your Member of Parliament, Bob Zimmer. Stop by his office in Fort St. John at 9916 100th Avenue and in Dawson Creek at 10421